things are going well, but I'm having a bit of a crisis of confidence. I don't know what my best 11 is, and I'm quite a way into this now, which is a real problem as we start to approach the business end. Let's get into it. Hello everybody and welcome back to In the Dugout FM. This is Millers and we are well on our way to our journey to the Champions League. We are obviously with Tottenham now. As you can see, it's not been bad at all, right? You know, you last joined us for the Coventry game. We did okay. We beat them quite convincingly too, in all fairness. We got beat against City at home. The beast that is Haaland got his two. You know, we played okay. You know, it wasn't horrendous. We played all right, but we're always going to lose that game. We then managed to get through against Bradford. We had a good win at Villa. We lost at Old Trafford in the semi-final. They first teamed it. So did we. We got beat, but it was a tight affair, and we've got them again today in the second leg. But then they came down to our stadium down in Tottenham, and we managed to get the win, and a deserved win. Dejan was superb on that day, despite being absolutely knackered. We then had a couple of draws, one away at the Hawthorns. Then we played Sheff Wednesday at home. I did a little bit of rotating, not a huge amount, by the way, but I had to bring on some of the big guns because it was a real ding dong. David Kilty, I started him in order to try and get him some game time. He's just come back from injury. I'm told he's a very, very good player by our scouts. Everybody likes him very, very much. And actually, from a stats perspective, he does stack up. But he went flying into a tackle right in the corner. Absolutely no need. And got himself sent off words after 2 minutes. So we were on the bus. But we did okay. We did all right. You know, we took the lead at one point. We then took the lead again. They dragged us back. But the good news is we went back to Hillsborough and managed to get the win a little bit later on into February. We managed to beat them. We did go strong, in fairness, but I wanted to make sure we got through because it's a big deal for the board, as you know, the cups. Back in the league, we managed to go to Ellen Road and get a win. Really strong performance. Delighted with it, to be perfectly honest. Leeds' goal was a consolation at best. And then we brought Crystal Palace up to the Spurs Stadium and got a win. Sheff Wednesday we've already talked about. We've just been down to St Mary's and we got a draw there. To be fair, Southampton are doing quite well. I think we've talked about that in the last... What am I doing? I think we've talked about that the last time you were with us. So, yeah, look, they're up there competing for Europe, which, by the way, are we too. You know, so we're within a stone's throw of a European place. We've got to try and manage this quite carefully. I'm not entirely sure I want to be competing for a Champions League place. So if we can get ourselves to be competing for 6th, 7th, 8th, I'll be very, very happy with the turnaround we've given Spurs. Coventry are doing okay still. They're still holding their own, which I'm delighted about, by the way. I don't want anything bad to happen to Coventry. They've done fantastic and they were a great vehicle for us. I touched on in the intro a bit of a crisis of confidence, and not because of the results. It's because I don't really know who our best 11 is, what our best 11 is. You know, we've been busy in the window, and I'll take you through some of the lads we've brought in and some of the lads that have gone out. I'll do all of that in a moment, but I'm kind of working on the basis that if we get our best players on the pitch, we'll do all right. And we have been doing. But there's so many of our first 11 that are wanted that I think we're going to see a real outpouring of players in the summer. And I'm not against that. You know, we can do a rebuild. We've done it before. But I want to make sure that I know who our stalwarts are, who I want to make sure are still here as we get back to August. And it's a real difficult one for me to describe. Previously, we've known, haven't we? We've known our core. We know what we want to hold on to. We know our strengths. But here, I'm not sure. And I've even started building the secondary formation that, you know, was doing quite well for us at Coventry because I'm not 100% sold on this shape and what it does for us. You know, we're potentially going to lose Van der Ven. We're potentially going to lose Romero. This kid is desperate to leave, and everybody wants him. Although not anymore, to be fair. We've had Madrid come in, United, Chelsea. Everybody wants him. Paulo's wanted in Saudi Arabia. Inter made a £110 million bid for Van der Ven in the window, which I kept rejecting, and thankfully he didn't kick up too much of a fuss. You know, we're potentially going to lose a lot of players in the window. Dejan, he's wanted. There you go, Saudi Arabia again. And some of these players are reaching kind of the precipice of their career, aren't they? So we're okay to let 30-plus-year-olds go, but we've got to be able to replace them. Speaking of replacements, so we'll get into the transfer history. So we're in a good place net, all right? We've managed to get ourselves to a point where we spent 102 million, but we've brought 170 million pounds in. Superb, no problem at all. We let David Okori go out on loan. We got a fee for him. I've now called him back. This kid's superb, and he's going to be absolutely wondrous. Wonder kid. When he's fully developed, right? He's only 19, and look at some of these bits here. You know, physically he's still fantastic, and he's only 5'7". He's a little Jermaine Defoe, which is great. We brought Nigel on loan. You already knew that. I'd like to try and tie him up in the summer if we can. Depends on Coventry and what he wants, obviously. But he has been playing. He's not been prolific, but he's been playing, and he's been playing quite well. So 6-1 for us, as you can see. And his ratings are okay, but he's not breaking ground like he was for Cov. Now, he was a big fish in a small pond there, and he's not necessarily that here, and I get that. But I'm expecting a little bit more for him. I signed this wonder kid. The scouts brought him to my attention. United were sniffing around. I managed to get in before they did, and we've managed to bring him over, which is absolutely fantastic. He's going to be absolutely superb in the future, and we managed to pick him up for 13 million. Absolutely delighted with that from San Lorenzo. So we've brought him in by meeting his minimum release, and then we've signed Chris Rigg, who the scouts couldn't stop raving about as a player. He's brilliant, isn't he? He's brilliant on paper. Not done a huge amount for us so far. He's played 3 games. I've been breaking him in slowly. That's a tremendous value, isn't it? And by the way, I did what I usually do, which is, a little bit up front, but the rest of it's going to be in instalments. So we did a little bit of that, but he's a fantastic addition to the team, and I hope you'll agree. He's going to sit in that role in midfield, knowing full well that we've got 1 or 2 players that are likely to go out as we approach summer. So he's coming too. And then on the outs, struggling to remember where you're up to. So we'll go from January, I think. So we've managed to get Tom out the door. He was okay, right? He was all right. He's 23. I don't think he's going to improve a huge amount more, certainly physically. He's a good player, but he wasn't going to break into the first team for us. And we've managed to pick up 17 million for him. So fine, he's gone out the door. No real fuss about that. A few lads went out on loan. I don't have any problems with doing that. Rodrigo, the troublemaker's gone to Paris Saint-Germain. Superb. I was delighted with that. And we managed to pick up 32 million for it in the process, with it rising to 41 dependent on what he does. So that's good. Piriat, he's going to be a superb player when he's a little bit older too. Not quite as good as the likes of Montel yet. But he's gonna develop fantastically. He's gone to Wolves, played twice for them already, but that's in the Championship. So I'm glad to get him out and getting some first team football. Pedro, he did go in the end. He went to Saudi Arabia. No problem at all. I mean, look at that wage, by the way. He is picking up absolute bags, and he's loving life. Played 2, scored 1 in that sort of Sunday League setting that he's gone to, but we managed to bring in 4 million for him. Fine. Niall Fowler, young kid, went out, no problem. Again, same thing here. We've got a couple of lads going out on loan to try and develop themselves. Nothing that's really going to affect the first team. But we've got ourselves in a good place. We are well within budget, under £1 million under budget right now. They're talking about next season reducing that, but keeping the wage budget the same. That's why I'm quite pleased to see that number there. I'm hoping they're not going to take a huge amount off me if I can keep that there, because I think we've got some work to do in the summer. So, all in all, I'm fairly pleased with what we've got. I'm definitely pleased with where we're up to. I'm just worried about the summer, and I don't know why. I can't tell you why, but I am. Anyway, let's get on with it. We're going to play in the Carabao Cup semi-final today. We are already at a point where we're a goal down, so we've got jobs to do. This is the other. Oh no, this is the FA Cup. Sorry, I thought it was the other semi-final. So we've got a lot of work to do. We've beat United here once already, so I'm hopeful we can do the same again. This is the team that's going to line up absolutely 100% first team. You know, we're not resting anybody here. We're going to go with Marmalade in goal, Coyote, who is absolutely somebody I want to keep hold of, Romero and Albers. Van der Ven's going to sit and hold for me in that fullback. We've got Moreno, who's going to be the anchor to make sure we can cover. Montel and Scariag, so that's our future too, if you want. You know, you'd imagine probably playing Skip there, but he's just as good as Oliver Skip, and in fact, physically he's better. And then Montel, again, I've been rotating with Rig, so you know these kids do the same kind of job, but superbly well. I'm going with Paolo today. Does superbly well. He's got a free kick in him as well, and I'm quite pleased to be able to rotate him with Nigel and say, look, you know, I want you in the team, even though I know that in the window there's a chance he's going to go. Kulusevski wide right and Van Duvin up top. That's what we're going to go with. Nigel's on the bench for us, so he can come on and do bits for us. Flores, he's our current sub centre forward. Okay, another wonder kid that we've got in the making. He's done a couple of bits in the cup, but today I'm going to try and get this game won if we can. Look, the board want us to win this cup. This is their target cup. But we've got a real challenging draw in United. We'll do our best. They've gone first team too. This boy's I've had my eye on him for a while, as you probably can remember. But I'd like to bring him in the summer. I'd like to bring him and Albers centre half. I would like that very, very much. That team talk, by the way, I'm sure you've probably cottoned on by now. That team talk seems to work fantastically well. So I've gone with that quite a few times recently. I don't mind admitting. It's a strong lineup from us. We've got to try and get this game won now. We're at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Try and get it done. If we can get ourselves through to a final, what an achievement that will be. And the board will be absolutely delighted. So that's the aim. Of course it is. Trying to keep those boys and girls happy means I stay in this job, which is hugely important because I do think Tottenham are the vehicle to get us to Champions League and maybe try and get a game won. Or a trophy won, I probably should have said there, shouldn't I? Because that ultimately is the aim. The first half is flying by. Fairly even, to be fair. We have had more shots just about, but we've not managed to hit the target. Really, really quiet. Really quiet. To be fair, United will be delighted with that. We need to try and pull one back, but we're still in this game very much. So I'm not too concerned with it. I'm going to tell them we need more possession, or we certainly need to do something more. I'm not going to... Yeah. Oh, no, I can't do that while doing that. So we'll do that. More possession, get hold of the ball. Let's see what we can do. We're going to give it 10 minutes. They've made changes, look. Their first team are clearly tired. That could work in our favour. But time is ticking by again with still nothing going on. We might have to change things now to try and get something moving. Nothing's happening at all. So let's go and try and get something done. Right, where are we up to? Okay. You're anxious, not entirely sure why. Let's get an experienced head on. We're going to bring Nige on for Paolo, see if you can get aggressive. Flores is going to come on, try and get aggressive. We're going to give him a team talk as well. I don't normally do that, but we're going to give him a team talk and try and get it to make a little bit of a difference. You can see these kids are nervous. And I can understand it. It's a massive, massive game. Chaibi for Montel? No, I don't think so. Team talk. Outstretched arms, no pressure. No, we don't want that. I want to know that it can make a difference. Looking happy, that'll do. Thank you. Confirm subs. Let's get this game won. Let's hope for a highlight then. Let's hope for a highlight. They've got a highlight. Lacey is first team, in fairness to United. He's fantastic. Away. Can we close it and maybe break? Bite. No bite in there. That's a clip one. It's found him. Garnacho's a great stop from Marmalade. Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it went behind. Must have hit the stanchion. We're going to demand more. We're going to demand more because we've got 15 minutes left. I don't really want to take Coyote off. Can we do anything? Can we hit the target? Can we do something? Anything? That'd be delightful if we could do something. We're going to get rid of the anchor. We're going to move forwards. See if we can get something done by putting an extra body up in the top end of the park. We'll go attacking. This is bobbins. Absolutely bobbins. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Confirm the sub. Let's get that done. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, that was dull as dishwater, wasn't it? Absolutely dull as dishwater. I can't leave you with that. That's totally unfair on you lot. Unacceptable. Get them told. Devastating. That was grim. You're dead right, Raheem. I'm fuming too, Ovi. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough at all, particularly given we put our first team out for 70 minutes. Ah, crumbs. 25 grand for that. Not good enough. And you can see a couple of the lads back being tired. We're going to do the whole game as well to make sure maybe you might see a shot on target. You know, you never know. That'd be good. I will join you back here for the whole game, and then maybe you'll see us at the target. Speak short. Okay, welcome back. We're now ready to face Hull at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium instead, so hopefully you're going to see a shot on target. Not many changes. We're going to bring Rig in for Montel. He's going to sit in there. He adds a little bit more experience, in fairness to him, and Nigel's going to start for Paolo this time. I'm rotating them. I want to see Nige really commit some defenders. That would be ideal. Keeping him as that winger. I know there's the potential to play him as an inverted winger, but at this level he's slightly better playing out there and going to the byline, which we'll get him doing. And then other than that, the team remains the same. So we're going to go and really try and show Hull what we're all about. We look forward to meeting Callum again. Hopefully, there you go. He's in the lineup this time. He wasn't last time we played. He came on. I think that was for Coventry, though, in fairness. And he gave us a penalty. Right. Let's see where we're up to. Media. Thank you. Yeah, we'll do that. Why have you been able to build such a good recent home record? Hard work, Ross. What are your thoughts about the recent run of fixtures? We're trying to embrace it. Good form. Yes. He's playing well. Absolutely right. He is. Right. Let's see what we can do. They're playing a very similar formation to us, which makes sense. We know Barkov's got bits. He can score a goal. I think he's the kid with the crazy hairdo. Good news, we've hit the target. We didn't get to see it, but we've hit the target. We see Hull with a free kick, and we've managed to empty that into the stands. Nothing in follow-up to that, though. We've got the majority of the ball. Let's hope we can try and see a little bit. There we go. Van Dweeven's going to stand over this free kick. He's bent it over the bar. Got a nice bit of whip on it, but it wasn't on target, and we need to see more of that. We're going to demand more early in this game, particularly because of the opposition we're playing against. We need to do more. Throwing into our half, Kulusevski's tried to take on his man and failed. Hull are looking to play out, but they've gone long. Can we mop that up? We can. Moreno looks to turn and play. Nigel's on the ball. Run at your man, son. There you go. Now, can we find somebody? Poked. It was a difficult ball, to be fair, for Van Dweeven. That wasn't the one you were looking for, really. Van Dweeven managed to get across his man, though. Boxes. Van der Ven. That's gone a billion miles over the bar. Still not good enough, is it? Still not good enough. Coyote's tired. He's been a stalwart for the team, but he is absolutely knackered. I'm not happy. I think that's fair to say. Hull are a team we should be confident enough to have been able to rotate against. And this is what I'm talking about not knowing my best 11. Hull are looking to build something here. Luke is on the wide. He's cut inside. He's found Anderson, who has tucked one away. It looks like he's onside. Has the curse of you lot watching come back? Or am I right in that I've got a serious crisis of confidence? Was he on? Yeah, he was definitely on. Number 17, whoever number 17 is, Romero, was playing every man and his dog on there with a bit of a dog-leg defence. Oh, you're furious. Furious on the sideline there for that. He's absolutely gifted him. Demand more again. Let's see if we can get anything out of the lads that are out there. Another Hull highlight. Boxed away. Can we get hold of it? There's a man free there. It's Nige. Yeah, good. Oh, that touch, though. That touch was absolutely shocking. Callum, can you give us something, Callum? Oh, we've got to bite. We've got to bite quicker. Clipped over the top, Barkov. We know he can do things. He has done. He looked like he was off, I've got to say. Normally, I'm quite harsh, but he did look like he was off. What do I know? What do I know? Let's have a review. This clip ball, oh, his run was perfect. Crises of confidence. We're not watching it again. I realise I was wrong the first time. Thank you. Let's make some changes. Just not good enough. Just not good enough. Montel's going to come on for Moreno. We're going to take that out of there. Get him working forwards. Advanced playmaker. See if you can do something for me, please. Off you come. That touch was Bobbins. Kulusevski's had an absolute mare, so Flores is going to go wide right for me and maybe play as a little bit of an inside forward to try and get something out of this game. Oh, dear me. Dearie me. How are you playing? Aggressive, but 6.7. I still think you can do bits. Let's get the changes done. We'll stay positive. Montel, find that gap. Good. Vitor, what can you do, kid? Pull it back. No, on goal, could we? Oh, my days. What a block. What a block that was at the far post. That should have been 2-1. Vitor's going to box for me. Can we get something early now? Come on. Just won it back. They're never scoring from there, are they? Not with that ball. Clap all you want, Van Dweven. We've got to do something better. Had all of the ball. Had all of the shots. Not managed to convert. Not good enough. Not good enough. Absolute crises of confidence. And this is what I mean. To be fair, I'm glad you've seen it. I'm glad you've seen it because it puts a little bit more context into what I was saying at the start of the video. Because, you know, you can look at us in 9th and say, actually, what are you whinging about? I don't know what our best 11 is. It's difficult not to be exasperated. It's my job to give the players the right amount of confidence. And I didn't do that today. I don't agree with that. We didn't do enough. No, I'm not going to say that. Some good stuff, but mostly bad. That usually means defeat. Such a disappointing result. Back to the training ground. No, let's just calm down. V. Not the result you wanted. What give you that idea? Omnishambles. Yes. Absolutely superb word. We will use that 100% of the time. Omnishambles. You can see, actually, Southampton drawing with Everton has meant that we're still within reach of that European place. So it's not catastrophic. But from my perspective, it was absolutely dog dirt. And at least you got to see it. Let's talk about when we'll come back. You know, we are competing for that European space. I don't want to take that away from the videos. So let's see when we'll come back. We've got the FA Cup 5th round. We won't do that one. We'll see how we do, and we'll see where we finish. I think if we come back, there we do. We come back for the derby, don't we? We come back for the derby, of course we do. We'll come back for the derby then at the end of the month. We'll see how we do against Arsenal. If we could try and get something out of a couple of these games, hopefully reinstate a little bit of confidence, then maybe we could do something against Arsenal on the telly. Let's see. Look, I'm devastated. I'm going to go and cry into my coffee. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like. Make me feel a little bit better. That'd be ideal. Thanks. Bye.